$999, 1,000. Woo! Glad I got that knocked out. Guys, this bike, no better place to record a video about a kid's bike than a playground. In this video, I'm gonna go over this bike step by step, but in the beginning of this video, it's gonna be a little bit different. Throughout the process of building this bike, I've recorded and sped up the video with captions so you guys can kind of see the process that I go through when building a bike. At the end of the video, or towards the end of the video, I'm gonna go over each of the pieces, the parts, where I got them, how much they cost. The links are in the description for all the parts. It's basically an Amazon bike. You can get most of this stuff on Amazon. You just need to know what fits, what doesn't, and how to put it in. So just real quick about this bike, it's got two 48-volt batteries from Greenway in there. You can they're also known as orange batteries. It's got a Kelly controller from Kelly. It's a 48-volt KVD controller in here, kind of managing the power of this thing, and a 2,000-watt Beaver motor. But anyway, let's get the camera off the tripod. We'll go over the bike front to back. Let's do it. So starting at the front, I always like to start at the front and keep it in line. The wheels on this thing are stock from Razor. The tires are from Amazon. This tire on the front is a 16x3. Okay, you can get that on Amazon, like I said. And the rear is also Amazon. I believe that's a 2.75x10. We'll get back there and look at that in a second. That's from Kendra, also from Amazon. I'll have links in the description for all this stuff. These forks are the Ride or Die R&D forks. I'll have a link in the description for the site so you guys can scoop up a pair of those. These brakes came with the forks. You can buy these forks with CRF50 brakes, or you can buy them with zoom adapters for your mountain bike type brakes. Or if you need just the forks and no brakes, contact Jacob Youngblood directly via the Facebook Messenger and he can hook you up. The plastics on this are from Amazon. The decal kit is from eBay. I'll have a link in the description for that. The headlight from Amazon. Good thing about these forks is it's got a bolt right on the top. You can just put your headlight right in there. It's also got another bolt down here if you wanted to run a second headlight, or what I've done in the past, if I want to run 2 lights, I can run a bar from here to here, and I can mount 2 lights anywhere in here, or however many lights I want, wherever I want on this plane, okay? The handlebars are from Amazon. I think they're about 30 bucks. This is just a mountain bike brake. They're M4 mountain bike brakes, also from Amazon. This is the rear brake. I like the rear on the left-hand side because I'm such a wheelie animal. I like to be able to control that rear wheel with the brake. Nah, I'm kidding. I suck at wheelies. Awful, really, some would say. The good thing about this brake, though, is it is a full, CRF50 hydraulic brake with a braided line. And it also gives you the ability to run a brake light if you wanted to. It's got the in-out connection here. So if you wanted to run a brake light, you could do that. I don't have it in this case just because this thing is made for neighborhood cruises and beer runs for the most part. On here on the front of this case, I got a 3-switch panel. This one runs my lights, so when I flip it, my headlights and taillight come on. This one here runs my LEDs. You know me, I like LEDs. I like to be flashy, you know what I mean? There's an LED strip here on the front that I put on the bikes, and a strip that runs along the bottom of the swing arm in the back. This switch here provides power to my fans. I'll get to that in a second. And some people have been asking, well, what is that connection right there? Well, if you don't have the Bluetooth dongle for the Kelly, that's what you use to control the Kelly and program it from a computer technology from the 1970s, possibly the 80s. But that's how you use the Kelly controller and program it on your computer if you don't have a Bluetooth dongle. The Kelly controller, if you can see inside there, I got it mounted underneath the frame on this down tube right here. Right underneath this gas can, or this gas tank, if you will, is the down converter. The down converter takes the power from the batteries. It converts it into 12-volt power, which will then run the lights and all my accessories. The seat is a CRF50 seat. It's a tall variety. You can get this seat in a kind of a normal stock height or the tall. For being adults, I'm about 200 pounds. I need something a little softer on the bum there. Moving back here, this is a 190 millimeter DNM shock. I like these shocks a lot. A little bit more pricey than some of the other stuff out there, but they're adjustable. They got a lockout feature. And some people ask me, well, why do I have it upside down? Well, the reason why I have it upside down, just because I have better access if I want to adjust it from the back like this, as opposed to flipping the shock and then all this is up there and it's harder to get to. The motor, this is a 2,000 watt Beaver motor. You can pick these up on Amazon or from beaver.com. This one is, like I said, 2,000 watts. It's got the Voltron watt sticker on it right there, so it's probably good for about 80,000, 90,000 watts, I'd say. Maybe get you up to about 250 miles an hour. Pretty accurate. I drilled out the covers there for just better airflow. Now there's pros and cons to doing this. In this particular instance, I drilled out the holes because I have a fan on the other side which pushes air through the motor and cools it. But with the smaller holes, you're less likely to get debris and water in the motor. I don't ride in the water, and the bikes I typically build are street queens, so they're more of an on-road oriented bike as it is. I'm not too terribly concerned about getting debris in there. And if I do, the motor's about, I don't know, 90 bucks. I just replace it. This tail light here, Amazon light, I think those like 9-10 bucks. I just made a bracket out of some sheet plastic, measured it out. I don't know if you can see it with the shadow in there. Measured it out, cut it, placed it. It rocks. Coming back on this side of the bike, I mentioned the fan system earlier. This fan comes from a gentleman by the name of Nico, and I'll put his website in the description below. But what this does is it's got a thermostat on it, and it can measure the temperature of the inside of the motor. You can adjust the temperature to have the fans kick on at a certain temperature if you want. So here in Texas, it's about 190,000 degrees. So I have these fans kick on to cool the motor off while I'm riding, and I let them run while the bike is parked just to cool the motor down too. And like I said, here's the mountain bike brake. These brakes do a great job on the back. Not too terribly concerned. This brake does a good job. I got a big beefy brake up front there. Gets me the good stopping power that I need. Or one thing that I did not mention is the grips. These grips are from Amazon. They're about 9 bucks. Link in the description for those. So guys, I guess going over this piece by piece, it's not that complicated. I think the hardest part people have is just getting started and knowing what fits and where to get it from. So I hope, if anything, from this channel and the videos that I make, is you learn something. You learn where to get stuff, how to install stuff, how things work. I am learning with this stuff every single day from the people in the community on Facebook. If you have any questions, I'd love to pay it forward. Hit me up in the comments, get me on the messenger on the Facebook. But anyway, I got like another 1,000 pull-ups to do. So y'all go on, have a beer from me. I'm gonna go have one after this next 1,000. Later. Nah, I'm kidding. Boom, boom.
Here on Channel 4 News. I'm Ron Burgundy. You stay classy, San Diego.
And thanks for stopping by.
But mainly, stay classy.
Thanks for stopping by.
Stay classy, I'm Ron Burgundy.